Nah, but dig it though. The reason, and I like how you mentioned the conscious community. Dig me on this one, on the same subtopic, dealing with relationships, right? Why is it, or should I say, maybe that's a strong way to start off. How come, that's a better way. How come relationship building is not necessarily discussed in certain think tanks and, you know, certain activity circles amongst the quote unquote conscious community? And even, I would even go as far as so-called, you know what I'm saying, even the RBGs out there. How come relationship building is not necessarily discussed? And do you think it is something that should be on the forefront? And the reason why I ask this, if you've been peeping game on RNMRBG TV lately, I'm always saying that the foundation and the core of any nationhood is familyhood. You can't talk nationhood without talking familyhood. What is the core of a nation? A family, right? So if we're not talking about literally healing families, getting the brothers back together with the sisters to procreate and build, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, then what really are we doing? I mean, like, getting the knowledge in the books of ancient history, that's beautiful. That's all good. But if we're not hooking up these houses and these families, we ain't really doing shit. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, G, you are absolutely right, man. And I think that I think a reason why, well, I won't say all over, because definitely the RBG Nation, we, you know, and Repat Nation in particular, that's what we thrive on, families.
That's right.
Family building.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean? Let me meet your husband. Let me meet your wife. Where your children at? Where your mama at?
That's right.
You know, like we are on that. You know what I'm saying? But for as far as the quote unquote conscious community as a whole, I think one of the things is because we have not accepted that we have taken on our enemy's way of thinking.
Yeah.
And it's only through colonization. Once we realize that we're thinking like anti-family, like we don't need the whole family out here. Just the brothers got to do this, or just the sisters. You know,
you fooling yourself,
like
right?
That's not African.
That's right.
That's not African.
That's right.
So it hurts sometimes, but hey, everything through the pain comes the coolness.
Yeah.
But we got to realize that. Yo, man, we've been duped.
Yeah.
We got onion layers of white supremacy to pull off our dome.
Sure do.
And one of them is, you know, turning our back on the family in that perspective, like not dealing with it. And so that's one of our challenges as a people, that we gotta overcome that. We gotta look at that, you know, and until we do it, we just gonna keep going through it, man. But I think the conscious community, I think we are making steps a little bit, but we can make them faster. We do need to make them faster, because that's the black love is the black power.
That's right.
The understanding that family dynamic and getting into it. Start talking about them scars, man. Yo, pops left. That's why I don't like women. Or that's why I diss them. Or mom did this to me. That's why, you know, I feel like this about brothers. You know, we got to start getting into that, understanding that, we got one ran on us that made us sick. Now come out of the sickness. You know, we got to, and I think it does need to be a focus. I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
But the RBG Nation, we focused on that.
That's what's up.
I know that for sure.
That's what's up. Let's keep it going.
RBG weekend, you see the families out.
Shout out to everybody that was out there RBG weekend. If you wasn't there, I don't know where you was at, because you missed that foundation moment, if you will, to reinitiate these black love moments and things. We can spark it off. Mind you, it's already been sparked off. You just got to catch the heat wave, family, because it's coming down. It's coming down.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? It's coming down.
Man.
This is why I always say black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. Because right then and there, man, once you realize that, you need her, she need him to produce them, which is we.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. It's all in together now. This is why I say the things that I say, fam. It's all in together now, G. You know what I mean?
G, and you on that heavy. And you right.
It's all in together now.
That's what it takes, and we own it. And I definitely have. I definitely know for a fact we're gonna overcome that.
Yeah.
But that's why we don't be getting at it though, because we trying to fight our enemy with our enemy's mind frame, and that'll never work.
Yeah.
It'll never work.
Yeah. Yep. You are absolutely right. All right, I'm gonna get with you with two more questions, You know what I mean? And after that, we're going to get into some of these tracks and let the family hear with the, you know what I'm saying, what you got to put down on this new album of yours, Hymns of the Whirlwind. You know what I mean? So this is a serious question. This is a very serious question. I really want you to hit me with a real serious answer on this one. If you could sit with Garvey, if you could sit with His Excellency, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, what would you say to him and or ask him?
Man, that's a good-ass question, G. That's a good-ass question. If I was sitting with the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, you know what I'll ask him? I would ask him, why have you not gotten into an African tradition before you started? Did you get a reading on what you was doing?
Mm-hmm.
I would ask him that, because if he did that, then he would have seen all the plants, all the people who was going to do them in. He was getting that reading and sparking it through our African traditions. You know, and I know it wasn't really big in the United States like that. You know, in fact, probably damn near non-existent.
Probably, yeah, you're right, right.
Sit with him. If I could sit with him, that's what I would say.
Okay.
And yeah, I would ask him. And if he was like, tell me more about that. You know.
Right. No, that's a good answer. I ain't gonna front. That's actually a good question. That's a good question because, you know, for those who don't know, you know, the history, and God forbid, I have no answer why you don't know this man's history, but you yell out here running his colors and everything. But that's another story for another day. That's a good question though, because if you know the history, he got his whole spark from studying people like Booker T. Washington, Dr. Edward William Blyden, and you know, people like these of that stature, or whatever, and they didn't come from the whole traditional mindset and mind wave. So he was following their suit, if you will. So I guess you could say it's the good with the bad, quote unquote. But at the end of the day, we do have to. You cannot deny. You cannot pay homage. Or should I say, not pay homage to what the man did. The man created something that was so universal, so impacting that it can't be compared to this day. We talking about a man that affected over 11 million people worldwide.
Yo,
you feel what I'm saying?
Garvey even though, I do know he was looking at, inspired by those brothers and sisters, but Garvey is the father of Pan-African thought, like, and strategy. To call yourself a Pan-Africanist and not have studied Garvey to the full, it's like you just done yourself a disservice. Like you're gonna miss it, and that's I guess that would be why that would be my question, because I know that all of those plants and all of those people that hey man, they just money was making them do whatever they wanted to do, and they was infiltrating all of that. Man, our traditions, he would have seen it if he had a priest on hand as he's running those moves and say, what you think about this? Running everything through our own filter. I mean, we seen the Haitian Revolution do it. We've seen what happened when they stopped.
Which is true. Which is true. Which is true, and that's a good point.
What happened when they stopped?
Good point.
So I would say, man, I wish that. But I mean, that's just what I would ask him. But we have a chance we're standing on Garvey's shoulders on a real big mountain that he made for us, so we can add on to that. You know what I mean?
And that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. Mind you, when he went, when they pretty much deported him for the last time, when they deported him from Atlanta or whatever, right? He pretty much told us right then and there that, yo, you may not see me again, but the work is not done. This is where he was talking to the children. He was talking to the babies. This is where we come in. This is where RBG come in. We the children. We the grandchildren, if you will. Shout out to the real Garveyites out there, 432. You know how we do. And you know what I mean? Right. But RBG, nonetheless, we are the Garveyites reborn. So with that being said, we are obligated. If you out here running up under these colors, under these beautiful banners that I'm sitting in front of right now, you're obligated to carry this mission out till it's complete. You're obligated till it's complete. You're obligated. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You feel what I'm saying? But in order to be fully obligated, fully committed to your mission, you got to know what the mission entails. You have to, nonetheless, submit to the fact that, yo, there's some shit going on out here that we need to change. Yes, you have to submit to that. You have to realize that, yo, I'm the person, I'm the player, I'm the major game changer, if you will, that can make shit happen, one, individually, two, collectively. You got to realize these things, and then once you realize these, you hook up with everybody that thinks just like that for a common cause. And here's another thing that Garvey stated. Here's another thing that's often missed that Garvey stated. He told us, just like Malcolm told us, leave your personal things at the door. Your personal beliefs, stay that at home. What you don't believe and what you don't like, leave that at home. Because at the end of the day, when you come to the table, I guarantee you, you're going to see more things that you have in common that you could have ever imagined because you were too busy looking at the dislikes, the petty grievances, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's going to continue to slow us up. So know your mission, know your game, know your comrades, and know what Garveyism is all about, and bang on out.
Right, man. Right. And yeah, when we're looking at, when we're focused on the missions and initiatives at hand, then you have no choice but to look at what the man or the woman that's next to you that's going towards that. You have no choice but to look at what the pros they have that's going to accomplish it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing you can see if that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we got our traditions in that, you'll always have the right man or the right woman next to you. If we don't, and we just going on who's available, which a lot of times in our conscious community, that's what we go on. Like we say we want quality over quantity, but everybody feels funny when nobody shows up to the events or just a few people, and you did all this. But only a few people showed up. Guess what? Those are the people that's supposed to be there.
That's right.
Those are the people. And so if we stop focusing on quantity and focus on quality, man, we'll be taking off, man. Taking off. And running through our filter. That's the one thing that I feel like I definitely want to bring. I'm bringing to our movement to aid it is our traditions and run our plays through an African tradition.
Yeah, and you're doing a good job at that, bro. You're doing a real good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, man. Yo, I'm only your reflection, man.
On the dig.
When we do it, man, we'll be bulletproof, man.
For sure.
We'll be bulletproof, and won't have to look over our back. Won't have to worry about the bullshit. We can just run the play. The challenges that come up, we know what time it is. We knew that challenge was going to come up. Like all of this, we have the whole thing mapped out, and just run the play and make this touchdown. Tired of being fourth and goal and having to kick back off to the other side. Tired of that.
For real. Good analogy. Good analogy. Great analogy. Real shit.
You know.
Real shit. All right, last question, real quick, real briefly. If you could think back from whatever episode you may have caught here on the channel, RNMRBG TV, what would, in your opinion, what would be your favorite episode, real briefly?
My favorite episode of RANL, you know what? The gut check. You got on a joint, I think you did about 3 of them in a row. You said, all right, gut check, family.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yo, man, that's what our community needs. We don't get enough gut checks. Like I say, we so sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, we got to stop that bullshit. Like, yo, man, we are trying to sharpen the steel.
Yeah.
If brothers and sisters going to be crying every time some steel gets sharpened, get the fuck out of here.
No bull.
We get, our enemy is coming at us with, gunning us down.
Yeah.
And you crying behind a couple words?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Gut check.
Yeah.
I felt that. When you was doing that, I was like, yo, it's not enough of this. It's not enough of the gut.
Peace, brother. Peace. Peace.
Not enough of the gut check.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was my favorite. You had about 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And you said, okay, I'm gonna stop getting on y'all, but this the last one. I check it. I was like, yeah, go in, man. Go in. Might need to be part of the show every time.
Yeah, every so often we gotta bring that up, man. We gotta do that to ourselves, man. Every so often we just gotta dust some things off, man. Clean the slate, you know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with a good old gut check or a good old RBG check is how I like to call it nowadays. You know what I mean?
RBG check, man. Because I want